My name is Nonso Ezoma, and I wanted to share with you an experience I had recently. Now, if you ever receive a call from the sheriff's department about missing a court date and having to turn yourself in, it is a scam. It is the build-up to a big scam. Hang up the phone and dial back. I'm going to tell you about an experience I had yesterday. I had finished work, a night call, back home tired, and then I get a phone call from a local number. I pick up the call and a professionally sounding young man said, "Good morning, this is Sergeant Matthew Smith." I still remember that name, Matthew Smith, and calling from the Allen County Sheriff's Department about a legal matter. Is this Nonso Ezoma? I was like, yes. My heart is racing. What legal matter could it be? I haven't gotten into anything recently. Then I start thinking, is it one of my employees, one of my businesses? Is it one of my tenants? What is going on? And he says, you failed to appear in court today for a jury duty. And for that reason, the judge has issued a warrant for you and you have to come down and turn yourself in. Now I'm shocked, I'm surprised, like going from 0 to 100 real quick. I'm like, okay, what jury duty? I never received any information about a jury duty. And he says, well, a mail was delivered on November the 22nd and you signed for it. Are you saying you did not receive this? I said, no, I did not receive this. I do not know about any jury duty. I never saw a mail to that effect. I said, okay, in that case, we'll have to open an investigation about this. Mind you, I'm giving you a short version of this. I was on the phone for almost an hour. So now he says he's going to open an investigation because then there has to be a fraud, a signature fraud, because my signature is on the paper. Like, did the sheriff department drop this off? I said, no, it's from the postal mailer then. I'm like, well, it could have been anybody in the house. I don't want to subscribe to a signature fraud if it was somebody else from my phone that signed for this. So I'm like, okay, I've been in the middle of a move. And so I've had a lot of unopened mails and mails everywhere. So in the back of my mind, I'm like, oh no, maybe this is among the mails I've never touched or opened. But then, well, I've never been in this situation. All my movies, law enforcement movies and law movies didn't prepare me for this. And so I don't know what the charge should be for missing a jury duty. However, I'm like, okay, so what am I supposed to do now? He said, I have to come down to the station and turn myself in. And then I have to be there in jail and wait till when I can appear in front of the judge. Like, this is a Friday, so I'm just going to go to jail. And then he specifically says that this is true misdemeanors and it's going to be treated as a criminal offense and it's going to be put on my record. Okay, what am I supposed to do? I said, okay, this is a lot coming to me. Not sure, like I'm still racing, trying to think about this. But then he says, well, there's a second option, which is usually the preferred option. And that is, you can make this a civil matter. Since you said that you did not sign for this and you did not receive this mail, you will have to come and verify this, now notation the signature. And if it is found that you truly did not sign for this, then the misdemeanor will be dropped, the charges will be dropped, and then, off my case. I'm like, okay, that sounds good. And I'm like, this is a lot of legal stuff going on here. I think I'm going to contact my lawyer. And he says, well, I would advise against that. You are free to do it. I would advise against that because once you contact your lawyer, then it becomes a criminal offense. Your lawyer would now be defending you and you will have to turn yourself in and we can only speak through your lawyer and no longer through you. Now, again, a lot of things I haven't been through. So anyways, like, okay, so that second option sounds like a better option. How do I proceed with this? Now it says that there are two important things I have to know. One, that the judge has issued a gag order. I cannot speak to anybody about this. And then secondly, is that issued an order that I have to be on the phone. He called it a time, I can't remember. But I have to be on the phone with him until I get down to the station. I cannot disconnect. Now, here I'm stuck on the phone trying to figure out. I'm like, okay, I had all these meetings plans for the day. Now I have to change all that. So he now says, do I have a pen and paper to take down all the information he's given me? I said, yes. So he said, okay, the judge is Tammy Hurst, who is a judge on here in Allen County. His name is Sergeant Matthew Smith. And then he goes ahead to give me the first citation, gives me a code and tells me that I have to pay a bond for that of $4,500. Then he gives me the second one and then a bond of $5,500. Now, at that point, my mind starts, okay, there's money involved. So what is this? Is it something that I can just pay the bond and go? But again, some part of me starts getting to a common sense, like, why are we talking about money now? Like, okay, so what am I supposed to do about this bond? He said, I can't step foot on the federal property without having the bond already deposited. Before I come to the station, I have to do that. And if not, I can't step in there, because once I step in there, then I have to now go behind bars, or I'll get arrested. So it was at that point that I remembered a story. And it wasn't actually a story. I was at work when a colleague of mine had a call that she could not disconnect from. And she left work abruptly. And at the end of the day, she ended up, sending money, a bond money of $5,000 to whoever did these scammers. And that was when they disconnected. And all of a sudden, when she started calling back and calling the local law enforcement, it turned out that there wasn't anything like that. She had been scammed. So at that point, I remember this was a few years ago that this happened. Like, holy cow, I think I'm being scammed. So while we're talking, I get on the computer and I try to Google what is missing a jury duty on offense. I just type in something like that. So the first thing that popped up was from the FTC. And it said, if you get a call about a missed jury duty and you're asked to pay a fine, it's a scam. It was in bold letters. It was at that time that I actually started relaxing a little bit. Like, okay, mind you, I've been on this phone for more than 30 minutes already. So I said, you know what? I need to see the outcome of this. So I end up asking him, what do I do? How am I supposed to make this money? Where am I supposed to actually make this bond? He said, okay, you can only make this by cash. You cannot pay for this with a card or with anything. Gave some flimsy reason why you cannot. So at that point, I thought about it. I said, wait, iPhone has a recording option. Let me try and record. I tweaked the recording. Guess what? He says right there, he announces this call is being recorded. And then he now says, I see you're recording the call. I was like, yes, because there's so many instructions I need to be able to keep track. My hands are shaking. I can't write it all down. And then, so from that time, he was a little bit weary. I noticed, but we started going. He said, I need to leave work, call my boss, tell my boss I need to. I said, I'm at work. I have procedures to do. I can't just leave work. He said, well, you have to. I said, okay. Now, long story short. So I decided to play a game on him. I said, wait, Tammy Hirsch? I actually thought you said somebody else. I know Tammy Hirsch, the judge, that we're on the same board. I'm just making up stuff, but we're on the same board. Let me actually go ahead and text her and let her know. She should have known that, that I was busy or something. I would have reached out to me to see what happened. And then he says, this is a chain of command issue that, no, you're not supposed to reach directly to the judge. He will seem like I'm not doing my job. I say, yeah, but we're at a situation where this is now really in a big mess. I need to tell her. Then this guy that spelled out the name earlier for me says, no, actually, it's not Tammy Hirsch. It's Tanya Hirsch. You will hear the recording of that thing. Actually got a different name that I thought you said. But if it's Tammy Hirsch, yeah, I know Tammy very well.
Thomas. Yes, it's okay. Thomas, sir.
All right, let me go ahead and text her now and let her know.
No, it's not Tammy, it's Thomas, sir.
It's what?
You heard me? It's Tanya, sir.
He said it was Tammie Hirsch, right? Tammy Hirsch?
No, it's Tonia. Tanya.
I almost burst out laughing. He said, oh, Tanya? I thought you said Tanya. He said, no, Tanya first. I said, anyways, I'm going to text her anyways. I'll let her know what's going on. And he hangs up. Then I call back that number, and then someone picks up and says, Allen County Sheriff's Department. So I thought it was continuation of the scam. I was like, okay, let me talk to Matthew Smith, badge number 42116. Then the lady says, there's nobody like that here. I'm like, wait, is this really Allen County Sheriff's Department? She said, yeah. Okay, I just got a call from somebody with this same number claiming to be Matthew Smith and asking me to turn myself in because I missed jury duty. And then she just chuckled and said, oh, it's a scam. I was like, then how are they using your direct number to call? And then she was like, yeah, there's an app that can do that where they can use whatever number to call, and hung up. So luckily enough, I didn't get to the end of this, but I just wanted to share this story because I know so many people have gone through just like my colleague did. And please share this video. If you get any call about a missed court appointment for whatever reason, whether it's jury duty, whether it's whatever, usually the sheriff department wouldn't call you like that. They said they would never call for something like that. If you do get a call like that, get the name of the person, cut the call and call back that number. You will get the right people and now ask if this is true. I hope this can help someone out there. Thank you. Have a good day.